morning, everybody. I'd like to call the order of the Troy IDA meeting. Today is June 17th, 2022. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the May 20th, 2022 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Sue? Do we have a second?
I wasn't here.
Jim? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Next item on the agenda is authorizing resolution on the Hoosick Hotel Development Group. Steve?
I'm going to hand it right over to Justin to talk through it.
Justin?
Sure. As many of you are aware, the IDA supported the construction of the Hilton Garden Inn up on Hoosick Street back in 2008 and 2009. They're now going through a refinance. The resolution that we have prepared for today simply allows the IDA to participate in the mortgages that they'll be signing in favor of their refinancing. No new financial assistance is being provided, mortgage tax or otherwise. It's just an accommodation for their new financing.
So it's more of it's just restructuring it, Justin?
They went through First Niagara for construction, Prudential and permanent, and Capital Bank's doing a refi. They're 10 years out on their permanent. So they're just going through a kind of a standard refinance.
So they're not getting any cash out, you know?
I don't think so. I don't know the details.
I think it said $13.5 million.
Yeah, I think it was originally a $22 million project.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Can we get a copy of the appraisal?
We can ask.
Okay.
I think it's closing
Just to see
August
what
1st.
kind of condition the building's in and all that?
Yeah, as another 12 years on the pilot, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Justin or Steve? Okay. So do we have a motion to approve the resolution?
So move.
Sorry, who was that?
Sue.
Sue?
Sue Steele.
Oh, Sophia, sorry. Motion to approve with Sophia. Do we have a second?
Sue Steele.
That's all right.
Yeah,
I've been
Sue
Steele, I've been all kinds of things.
Okay.
I'll second.
Second by Albert.
Sorry, it's breaking up pretty bad. At least for me it is.
Bring a name close.
I think I heard Albert second. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Thanks. Next item on the agenda, Executive Director's Report.
Boy, do I have an executive director's report for you. Justin just handed me the check for the closing of the Lion Factory, which was yesterday. So I have a $406,000, 768 check that I already gave over to Matt to deposit for us. So that's really an exciting thing for us as well as for Lansingburg to get this project. They had a great opening yesterday. I know the three of you were there for that, and the apartments look great. Okay, so that's one thing, which makes it easier for me to do the second. I forgot to mention that we spent $560 for the chamber dinner at the last meeting, so that's already been paid, but I wanted it on the record. And the map that I showed you before was given to me by Greenman Peterson about 2 years ago. The engineering firm, they had found it in their files and didn't know what to do with it anymore because they've been holding it for 80 years. And so they brought it over to me. It's a 1928 map of the city and the sewer system. And we did not have a copy of that map, so I'm going to give it to the Department of Public Utilities to scan into their system. And then I got a quote from Clements to frame it. Initially, the quote was about $1,400, but I think I'm going to change the frame and have them put a little thing inside it, so it might be more. I'm going to spend up to $2,000 to get this framed and hang it up to outside of City Council chambers. So I don't think I need a resolution. Do I need a resolution for that anyway, Justin? I'm just telling the board that we're doing it and making sure everybody's okay with that. Okay. So it's being done locally at Clemens. And that's all I've got for right now. Yeah, so that's it.
All right. Mary Ellen or Matt, financials?
Our first report is the statement of financial position. As of May 31st, our total assets are $654,320. With $517,450 in cash.
Exclusive of a check I just gave him.
That'll be next month. We have no liabilities, so our fund balance is $650,300. Significant change in the statement of financial position is the addition of the portion of the MLOC parcel that the IDA still owns.
Great.
Report is the statement of activity. Month of May, we have a deficit of $1,543.95. There are no significant sources of revenue, and the largest expense are the
Matt, sorry, can you repeat? I unless you stopped talking, it sounded like, last I heard was the deficit we had, the net loss. Anything else after that?
There's no significant sources of revenue, and the largest expense are the accounting fees.
Great.
And Albert had a question?
What's the gain on asset, the 316?
That is from the sale of the portion of the MLOC parcel.
Oh, okay.
Anyone have any questions for Matt?
And the two $500.
So those were not paid at the end of May, but they have been paid as of today.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Any additional questions? All right. Do we have a motion to approve the financials?
Motion.
Jim,
Second.
we have a second. Albert, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great. And I think that's it, unless Steve, you have anything else to add?
Just again, that we still have a vacancy in the industry sector, so if anybody, I put the call out to some, we're looking for a board member, so if anybody has any ideas of somebody preferably in the industry, which is a lot in Troy.
All right, noted. All right. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Sue.
Sue, second?
Steele.
Jim Gully.
Yes. Jim. All right, all in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So
I'm gonna blame this live stream.
that sounds good.
That's great,
Technology's so great that we can't keep up with it, right?
but I truly have been called many things, mostly Cecilia for some reason.
Okay, you want to call the CRC meeting to order?
Yep. I'd like to call the order of the CRC meeting. Today is June 17th, 2022. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the May 20th, 2022 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Josh, do we have a second? Sue? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Next item on the agenda is the funding request for the Power Park Concert Series.
Okay, so we have a request from the Friends of the 112th Street Park for the 8-week concert series at Powers Park. And this is, what is this? This is the 100th anniversary of...
250th anniversary of Lansingburg.
Yep.
Which was actually last year, but with everything happening, we just didn't have time to really do anything that would be respectful to Lansingburg. It would have been a short, small thing. We want to put something good together, and this is a year.
So we've done this traditionally in the past for a number of years here, and especially now that we're starting to see investment in Lansingburg, it's nice to put something back into what is really a great concert series that I've attended many times. I had the official application now, which was delivered, so that'll be in a copy in the minutes. And this morning I sent out a resolution to everybody, so it's the same resolution we always do, authorizing $5,000 towards this event. So that's, I think, that's really it. Again, great event, so I think just looking for approval to issue this for the series that starts in a couple of weeks.
It's 8 great events,
8 great events.
and it really engages our community, and if you haven't been there, I really ask you to stop up, especially July 9th. I don't know if anybody knows this, but we're starting to build the pavilion roof over the stage, and I'm excited to see that happen. Be careful. And, I think July 9th is going to be a nice day for families in Lansingburg, a great event. We'll have a car show there, a couple bands that day, as that's the day we'll do the celebration, so there'll be a lot of activity that day leading into our other concerts moving forward.
Great. Anyone have any questions or anything? All right. Do we have a motion to approve the funding request in the amount of $5,000 for the Powers Park Concert Series?
So moved.
Sue Steele?
Sue? Do we have a second? Albert?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. I'm not even going to ask if anyone opposes, so.
Thank you, folks. We really appreciate it.
The car show new? Have they done that before?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
it's the
okay.
first time we're just trying to ramp up that day and make it special. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get, I'd like to get some people to come up there. I think maybe even some service-oriented people to be there with a stand that can talk to people, maybe recycling units, get in and talk about what we're doing in the city, how we're moving forward. If Unity House, one of those people want to come up with their food drives, whatever they want to do, we want to try to engage all these organizations into the park with the people. So if you have some groups that might be interested, please reach out to us so we can look through it, because the more we get people talking to people, the better it'll become.
Definitely. All right, Steve, anything on the executive director's report?
I actually have an action item that I discussed last month. With Waterville, we have done a grant application to the federal government for funding for the Route 2 corridor. Remember, there was a whole Congress Street Bridge study, which included taking 2 trails of that, or 2 lanes of that and making it into a trail, putting all the traffic onto 2 lanes. In Waterville, there was additional work as well for putting a tunnel to their park to the park under 787, so they can get there instead of having to walk on an interstate access ramp like they have to do currently. There's a number of other things that are in there for Troy, including looking at what to do with the tunnel that goes under Russell Sage College, because that continues to be a safety issue for us that's supposed to be paid for by Russell Sage College, and they really can't afford it. So we're looking at a number of things, and I would just add that the intersection reconfiguration, while it's in the grant application, it looks like that is getting funded now by CDTC, so that vote will be in a week or 2, and then so we'll have that to add to the existing Congress Ferry study that we have. But that's not enough money to deal with the tunnel. So it's removal of the ramps and creation of an intersection there. So we should know on that shortly. But so this was I think the numbers you have here are incorrect. The numbers I emailed to you are correct. It was a $6,500 fee to Alta Planning that was hired by Waterville East, and we're paying half of that, which is $3,250. So again, I mentioned it to the board. This is really just authorizing us to write a check to Waterville East to reimburse them. And the grant's already been submitted. So hopefully I can get approval of this.
Anyone have any questions for Steve? All right. Then, do we have a motion to approve reimbursing Waterville in the amount of $3,250 for the grant application fee?
So move.
Sue, do we have a second? Jim?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
That
Any-
concludes my
any
executive
opposed?
director's report. So, financials now.
All right, sorry, my screen keeps freezing. Yes, Matt, financials, please.
Our first report is the statement of financial position. As of 5/31, our total assets are $446,620.52, with all of it in cash. We have 0 liabilities, so our fund balance is $446,622.52. There are no significant changes to the statement of financial. Our next report is the statement of activity. For the month of May, we have a deficit of $5,049.56. There are no significant sources of revenue, and the largest expense is engineering costs for the First Avenue reconstruction.
That was the actually engine design of the First Avenue reconstruction, which will be implemented later this year. 111th to 123rd Street to create a mixed-use path and road on First Avenue.
Great. Anyone have any questions for Matt? All right, do we have a motion to approve the financials? Jim, do we have a second? Sue? All in favor? Any opposed? Great. Steve, anything else to add before we adjourn?
No, nothing, thank you.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Jim, a second? Sue?
Sue.
All in favor? Aye.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Yep.
Highly efficient today.
Yeah,
That was great.
Well done.
good stuff. If it hadn't